Boy, it is game day, week 7, baby. Let's go. Let's get it going. We got football already on. It's been an early morning. We got Jacksonville getting just demolished. Just there's some bad words I can't even say that's happening to them right now by the Rams out in London. So, bro, Rams are up 21 zip right now, uh, going into the fourth quarter. It's been really, really bad. Um, if you're playing Trevor Lawrence, you're not doing good right now. He's only got 185 passing yards. He's pretty sure he's their leading rusher with 18 right now. Last I checked.
Uh,
Um,
no, I think ETN broke off a big run.
did he?
Uh,
Because I saw he had one, and then they called it back. They called it back for face mask. But I don't know. Rams are driving again right now. It's not great, man. So if you got ETN, if you got Trevor Lawrence, if you got Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, it's not looking good. Uh, but what's crazy, man, is the Rams are doing this without Puka Nakua. Like Devontae Adams, like we talked about on Tuesday. Like I'm gonna go ahead and pat ourselves on the back. We said, hey, play Devontae Adams. You're looking pretty good right now.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah.
we got Brandon in the building. What's up, bud? So all right. Anyways, so week 7 game day morning. You got we got the big dog Slayton, aka Snipes, in the building with us this morning. Myself, I'm Justin, aka the Kingmaker. I guess since we're doing AKAs this morning. Um, we don't have the manliest of us all, Mick Lipper. He's busy, real busy on Sunday morning, so you don't get to see him. C. Russ says I got ETN. Oh yeah, I mean I feel you. I got ETN in a couple of lineups, and
Yeah.
I'm not happy right now. Not happy at all. Brandon says Rams. There's not enough room in this town for the two of us. I mean, I don't. LA's just a big city. They're not really a big football city, but uh, I don't know. So before we get started this morning, we got a lot to talk about. We got some actives, some inactives. We got some injuries, some big names coming back this week that a lot of people are excited about that we'll get to here in a minute. But before we do that, man, let's talk about our sponsorship that we have going on right now with W Energy, man. Um, so they if you don't know, W Energy is a powder energy drink. Okay, so if you, I myself, look, for a long time, I was a can energy drink guy. Loved it. That's all I was about. But man, that's but it always like made my guts like kind of feel bad a little bit, especially if you like drink it on an empty stomach, anything like that. But um, man, if you love energy drinks, but you hate how they have so many chemicals, which I do. Uh, I mean, I've always wondered if there's like a cleaner kind of energy out there. Well, sure enough, there was. All right, W Energy. After doing some research, looking at it, and like I've got a bottle of it right here. So I've got the blue fruit punch one, and but look, my guts feel good, man. Like I don't get like the nasty weird aftertaste. I don't got the just my stomach just rumbling and stuff like that. It's I don't have the problem. So tell you what to do. If you're like me, go over to w.gg. They have all kind of flavors over there. They're blowing up right now. Like people are starting to discover W Energy, and they'll be restocking soon. Like some of their big stuff. I'm excited to try some of these flavors. Me and Mick were talking about on the last show. He was talking about how they have like unique flavors
Yeah.
over there that look really good. But so just like you see up at the top, go get w.gg. So we have a 10% off code. Okay. Up at top, it's Kingmaker. Just Kingmaker. When you go to checkout, it says it'll have a box where you type in your code. Just type in Kingmaker. You get 10% off that order and every order after that. It's the whole order, not just one item. It's everything, every time, 10% off. And man, I tell you what, you're gonna like it. I've been drinking the blue tropical punch. I like it. Even my wife likes it, and she's not big on energy drinks or anything like that. But she drinks this. She likes it. And it's just one little scoop does it. Man, one little scoop makes this whole shaker bottle right here, and it's got good flavor. So go get you some W Energy, W.GG. Use code Kingmaker for 10% off every time you go. As much tubs of W as you want, man. So now that that's all done with, let's move on to some lineups. All right. See, Brandon was talking about London. Yeah, I mean London. That's the Jags, man. Honestly, so the Jags play a lot overseas, but I think because they're an easy franchise to promote over there, I don't know if at some point we're going to see a team in London.
I honestly think that it's going to be the Jags. I feel like this has been kind of in the works for a while, and it's kind of like a silent type of deal, but it makes sense of why they're always there every year, at least 2 games. Like, it feels like they're trying to build a fan base for the Jags out there. But, I mean, hey, if they keep playing the way they are, they might have to move to London.
I mean, yeah, as long as there's money to be made, I mean, O'Con, he's going to do it. So between them, or if the Panthers can't get their life together over there, I mean, David Tepper's a money guy, man. There's money to be made. David Tepper's about it. So money talks. So we know that. So we've got some actives, inactives, man. A couple that are kind of aggravating. We get that the worst thing that we can get. This is like kind of the worst of the worst, because not only is it a game time decision, but it's a Monday night game. Mm-hmm. So it's the very last game of the week, and it's a big time player. And we're talking about Mike Evans. They're saying he's a true game time decision. Well, bro, he plays on Monday night. So what are we doing with Mike Evans, man? What are you doing with Mike Evans?
Man, like, that whole entire secondary is eaten up right now. And it's such a hard decision to make, because those 2 guys that are out there, both of them are kind of a game time decision right now. You don't know if you can trust them, if you can start them, but with hamstrings and that type of stuff, the rate of re-injury is crazy. So, I really don't want to touch either of these guys, because it makes me feel like one of them's going to go out there and kind of be a decoy, if you will. Man, but the line or the matchup is just so damn juicy. It's hard not to tempt yourself with it. So, I mean, I think I'll probably diversify the revenue in a couple spots, and start them in a couple of my leagues and don't start them in a couple. It's just kind of one of those deals that, you're going to kick yourself if you do, you're going to kick yourself if you don't.
Yeah. And we've got another game time decision, which, I know we all hate. Another big name too, and that's Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs been doing pretty good in Green Bay, man. What adjustments should we be looking to make for Josh Jacobs if he can't go, or just even as a pickup if you need the help?
I think he plays, to be honest with you.
I don't think they have another choice.
Yeah, I think he plays, and he's got to play a pretty decent game. I mean, I have him starting in all of my leagues right now. I'm not too worried about it. It seems like he's practiced most of the week, no problem, with a limited fashion. This is just kind of that part of the season now where Jacobs is just not going to practice anymore. He's going to get limited practices for the rest of the year, but come game day, when he goes out there, he plays. So I think it's just one of those deals. It's an older player, and a lot of these older players, the older you get in the season, you see that they're going to be questionable until the end of the season after week 5. So they just, you got to buckle up and see what you got. I mean, at the end of the day, he's somebody that you drafted extremely high in the 2-3 range. So, I mean, you're going to have to fucking start him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough thing. The further, like you said, man, the further and further you get into the season, that questionable tag is just going to be there. It's kind of like a mainstay, because especially the older players, which are your win now assets. If you're in Dynasty, that's just something that you're not gonna have to. I don't know how to put this. You're not gonna you're not going to worry about because like, okay, the questionable tech's been there for 3 weeks. It hasn't made a difference. They've gone off, like whatever. Just because they have to put that on there for their, for the league report, the league injury report. Like even soreness. That's what's crazy is even soreness they have to report. But anyways, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So our inactives that we know 100%. All right, 100%. These people are not playing. Go ahead and adjust. So we're looking at Calvin Ridley, which, man, we know the Titans really haven't been doing anything this year anyway. So you're not really like missing him so much. But he was one of your higher picks. He probably was your wide receiver 2 on your team. Josh Downs is out with a concussion, which this is weird. It's like this is the second time that the Colts player has in the middle of the week come up with concussion symptoms. Like I didn't know this could take a couple days for concussion symptoms to come up. Maybe it is. I don't know, but I just thought it was like weird. This is the second time, same team, like a day or two after the game. Like I think 2 days after the game, same thing. So I don't know. David Njoku is still going to be out with a knee injury. Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel are out for Washington, so that sucks for Jaden Daniels owners because it's like, dang, dude, who the hell was he going to throw to? Like, I mean, Zach Ertz, I guess.
And Zach Ertz is a game time decision too.
So there you go, man. There you go. All right, we got a question from C Russ here. C Russ, very loyal listener, viewer. Worthy versus the Raiders, or keep riding the hot hand George Pickens. So
they're
you
both
got your
games.
They're both what?
Divisional games. And typically with divisional games, they're most of the time high scoring games that show no defense. So I'm hoping that is the case on both of these games. I think Worthy is kind of a little bit risky with Rice coming back. Same with George Pickens. You got CeeDee Lamb coming back as well. But I think CeeDee Lamb is a bigger threat in the whole picture, but I don't think he's a full 100% coming back. So I think he might be playing a little bit more of that decoy role, to where I would probably stick with that hot hand in George Pickens for this week.
Yeah, definitely. With Rice coming back, man, I think they're going to make a statement and say, "Hey, Rashee Rice is back. He's our guy. Boom. Let's pepper him with targets." George Pickens has been insane, even with CeeDee Lamb coming back this week. I mean, you can't forget about George Pickens. The man's been producing for you in CeeDee Lamb's absence. So, another one. We got Blake Bellamy 82 says start Ferguson. I'm assuming that's Jake Ferguson, Kittle, or Kraft. I'm loaded at tight end. Yes, sir, you are. You are very, very loaded at tight end. You've been missing Kittle, but you know what? If you took Kraft late or you got him free off of waivers, bro, that's awesome. Tucker Kraft, like ask old Snipes over here how he likes Tucker Kraft.
I've got all of these tight ends in a lot of my leagues too. Like Ferguson and Kraft, I have that duo in just about every league that I have, which is sickening. And like just trying to play this balanced game of like who to throw in there is rough. Now, my big thing is that Ferguson, he's always shown that he has got a spot in this offense, but with CeeDee Lamb coming back, I don't know how that diversifies for him, because I feel like he has gotten a huge uptick in the weeks that CeeDee's been gone. So I don't know if those targets are going to be vacated for a semi-healthy CeeDee Lamb or not. With Kittle, like I'm willing to fire him right up. With him coming back, I think he is going right into that offense because they really don't have a ton of huge name passing options in that offense. I think Juwan Jennings is still questionable or game time decision. And then Ricky P, he's out. So it's really looking like, hey, we've got Kendrick Bourne again this week and Kittle. So I would be firing up Kittle for sure.
And they said no snap count either.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, I'd be firing him up. As much as I love Kraft, I just feel like this matchup this week's going to be a little bit murky. I don't know. They haven't looked incredibly good on the offensive side of the ball the last couple weeks. So I don't know if that was just rust from the bye week or what the whole deal was there, but I think that this is going to be an interesting game. I don't think he goes out there and bashes by any means, but I think he'll be serviceable for like a floor play.
Yeah, I think Kittle is going to have the best out of the three here, because if you look at, like you talked about Jake Ferguson, like there's more mouths to feed in Dallas with CD Lamb back.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I would pump the brakes a little bit on Ferguson. Now, could he go out there and have like 2 catches for 2 touchdowns? Yeah, 100% he could. But Kittle could go out there and have 120 yards with like 14 receptions, and you don't want to look like a jackass with Kittle on your bench and you're starting Ferguson or Kraft. So I'm with you. I'm going to go Kittle on this one, man. I think Kittle's going to come back fully healthy because they need a boost right now. Like they're hurting with Brock Purdy out, Ricky Pearsall out. Like they need a boost, and Kittle is going to be that guy. So, God, it's just getting so bad over here for the Jaguars. I mean, it's 28-0 now. This is sad.
The 4th touchdown of the day, and I think it's all been tight ends.
No. 2 of them were Devonta Adams. Remember?
Yep. And then he had 4 different tight ends that's caught passes today.
So it looks like the Jags just scored, so that's good. He threw to Parker Washington for 34 yards.
Gross.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for Trevor Lawrence because it kind of helps his day a little bit because now he's at 265 and a touchdown. But dude, Lawrence has had 6 sacks for negative 25 yards.
Yeah, he was getting fucking eaten up by that defense today.
Yeah.
I knew that this was going to be kind of a one-handed game with the Rams going into this. As much as everybody was talking about Puka Nacua being out and all this other stuff, I'm like, dude, Devontae Adams has been a leading receiver of every team that he's ever been for, and this is the first time.
Blake out here throwing shade on the Jags.
Yeah, they're horrible. Well, it says Shane Waldron's out there, brother. Like, that's why.
Man, the Jags, like, I think they rushed too fast on Liam Cohen. Like, when you've got Baker Mayfield, the resurrection that is Baker Mayfield, and then look at what he had. He has Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, and Mike Evans and Kate Otten. And then now, he's got Igbuka, but still, like, what I'm saying is last year's success, look at what they had. Like, are you really going to say, like, oh, it was all Liam Cohen? Maybe Baker Mayfield's just a good, talented quarterback who was in a bad situation in Cleveland, and boom, now, like, he found a system that works because he's still having success. Like, some are saying, like, he's in the MVP running and no Liam Cohen. So how can we sit here and say, like, this was Liam Cohen last year in Tampa? It wasn't. He just happened to be the coordinator in a good situation, I believe, Let's see. Brandon says, hot take. You have 29 other teams to pick from. Why pick from within 3 division rivals? Always been my take. 29 other teams to pick from. Why would you pick from within 3 division rivals? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Brandon. What is that? You have 29 other teams to pick from. Why pick from within 3 division rivals? You know what he's talking about, Slade?
All NFC tight ends?
Wait, what is that? For fantasy.
It really depends on the
division. He must be talking about C. Russ's tight end question.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I don't know.
So my thought process on that is I've done this quite a bit in Bucks O-line. over
Oh, so
Jaguar.
he's talking about Liam Cohen. Like he's saying Bucks O line is. I mean, they are. Like, not gonna lie, they are way better. But I mean, I don't know, because then you gotta cheer on a division rival all season. I mean, if yeah, you let that affect you, yeah, but
Once you get into the community further, like you stop worrying about players on teams and that type of stuff. Like I'm not even, rooting for teams anymore. I'm just watching the game as it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to get into these rabbit holes of like, oh, dude, like I can't pick players from these teams because of this and that and this. And like you'll soon learn within the space that if you're doing multiple leagues and you're really getting out there, the competition is a lot heavier than what you think out in the real world. And a lot of those times, you'll get in there and you have to diversify the revenue and
yeah,
spread things out. And I've noticed this a lot more towards best ball because you may think like, hey, I've got this nailed down. Like, I know this person's going to blow up. Next thing you know, there's an injury week one, and you're
yeah,
screwed. So like a lot of that is just kind of not worrying about team specific and that type of stuff. Granted, I still have my players that I'm like, yeah, I won't touch them, but it is like specific players. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's not teams. Like
Yeah.
so, like Slayton, you're a Rams fan, right?
Yeah.
So like, Who would you say your biggest rival is as a Rams fan?
My biggest rival as a Rams fan,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you would say the Niners, but like,
So, but with that logic, it's saying like, oh, I'm intentionally not going to draft George Kittle, even if he's the best player available in my draft. Like,
yeah, that's
no,
that's
you take George Kittle because it's the player, it's not the team, and that is something that something that we've talked about on shows before is that you kind of have to go away from that if you want to be successful in fantasy football because there are good players on teams that are like your team's rivals. You know what I mean? So
But that's why we all play the game of fantasy football is because we're a fan of players, man. We're not a fan
mhm,
of just one team.
yeah,
We're a fan of players, and that's the reason why we get into this is because we want to root for, so many different players on different teams, and like we want to see them succeed. So I think a lot of it is just being self-aware and not getting yourself into those rabbit holes and not putting yourself in a disadvantage because you don't necessarily like a rival team, if you will.
yeah. All right. So, I mean, that'd be like if you're a Cowboys fan, you wouldn't have any other players on your team other than Cowboys because like everybody hates you.
No, I'll be honest with you. Some of my strategies in some of my leagues is a lot of, hey, I'm going to draft several players in the same division. Like last year and this year, a lot of it was, hey, I'm going to draft a bunch of Bengals players. I'm going to draft, Lamar Jackson. I'm going to draft, Pittsburgh's defense and DK Metcalf, and stack a division knowing that later down in the season, they're going to play each other 2 or 3 times in the playoffs. And all those games typically are high scoring, no defense related
Yeah.
games.
Which is what you want for fantasy. You
And
want
like,
those high scoring games.
it's a lot of just I do a lot of it intentionally doing that road of it for sure.
How do we feel about Cortland Sutton? He's been up and down this year.
I like Cortland Sutton. I mean, where you drafted him, he's been exactly what you drafted him for. You didn't draft him to be, like your number one wide receiver overall, unless you were kicking wide receiver down and you were going a wide receiver or a running back heavy team. So I mean, he in terms he will be a low end wide receiver one, just like everybody, and he's going to get targets. Now, I think the biggest thing there is that Denver is shopping for a wide receiver. It is all over the Twitter sphere. It's all over X. It's everywhere right now that they're shopping for wide receivers. So I think once another wide receiver that has some sort of caliber to him comes in, that's going to free up a lot of coverage for Cortland Sutton to be even better than what he's been doing this season currently. and he's not been bad for you. So like I would be holding.
He's only had 2 bad games.
Yeah, like I'd be holding tight on him. He's got a late bye. That's my biggest worry about him is that he has like a week 14 bye. So if you get into the playoffs and that's your first week and you're dealing with, Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and all these other guys being out, like that's going to be a hindrance. But other than that, during your season, like I would definitely be banking on him to be a nice floor play, a good flex, a wide receiver 2 on your lineup. And take it for what it's worth because there's a lot.
Trust Cortland Sutton, man. He's good.
It would be like, oh, do I want to try to flex Cortland Sutton or do I want to sit here and think about Kayshon Boutte? I'm going to start Cortland Sutton every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the big thing is like you drafted him in a spot that you knew that he was going to be a solid floor play, so people couldn't get weary whenever he is a solid floor play.
Yeah. Be patient on Cortland Sutton. So Brandon asks, who's been y'all's best performer in fantasy this year, player-wise, on your teams? So on our teams.
All know who mine is.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and let them know. If we got any new viewers out there, you're about to learn who Slayton's favorite player is. Go ahead and let them know.
Eka Buka, baby. I've been so heavy on him through the process, and he has been awesome despite being hurt this week. And I mean, hey, Cam Scattaboo's not looking bad second, dude. He's looking good. I'm really excited about him. But no, realistically, Emeka Buka has been my best performer. My second best performer would definitely have to be Rome Odunze.
Yeah, Rome has finally come out. I'm glad that they have finally figured out how to use Rome. But I think it's more Caleb Williams is like hyper focusing on Rome Odunze, which is good if you're an Odunze fan. I'm glad to have him on my rosters. But for me, it's got to be Jonathan Taylor, man. Jonathan Taylor, for me, has come out and had a great season so far. Just imagine if you had a team that had Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one, I don't know how you get that unless you took Bijan first and then somehow JT fell to you at the second round. But, dude, right. For me, it's Jonathan Taylor. I just think the Colts have finally figured out Jonathan Taylor is their best player, and they need to feature their offense around him. So that's for me. That's it. But if you had to drop one, would it be Worthy or Sutton? Ooh, ow! I mean, Sutton's the number 1 on his team. Worthy's not. Yeah, the number 1 just got back to the building this week.
Yeah, and I think Worthy's going to be a lot more of a boom bust play from here on out.
Yeah,
now Rice is back.
So here's some advice there, C. Russ. With players of that caliber, don't ever drop those players. Trade them away. Get something for them. Never get, because if you drop them, now somebody else who needs that wide receiver is going to get them for free off waivers. So never ever just drop players. Contact your league. Say, hey, look, you need this help at wide receiver. Give me, what, even if it's a running back 4 that you can use for depth, because we see how fast running back depth matters in the NFL. So go ahead and trade one of them away. Do not drop them. They're too valuable to drop. But Worthy would be the one I would trade away. Look, his value has dipped because Rice is back. I get it. That sucks. But what's better? Getting a running back that could start for you in a couple of weeks if an injury, like let's say somebody's holding, I don't know. Bro, go get Tyler Algier. If you can get Tyler Algier for Xavier Worthy. We see what Tyler Algier can do if Bijan goes down. I'd rather have that than not have anything like that. But that's what I would do, man. I would go look at that. All right, so looking at, let's look back at some more of our inactives. All right. We ended at Washington. So it's going to be a tough day for Jaden Daniels. He's pretty much got to do it all himself. And they're playing the Cowboys, too. And that really, really sucks, man. Having Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel out. I think it's going to be a Luke McCaffrey game, man. I'm feeling Luke McCaffrey and Zach Ertz. So if you need wide receiver help.
Lil Bell.
I mean, go get Luke, man. Go get Luke McCaffrey.
I wouldn't be upset with firing up Bill this week either. That Cowboys defense has been horrible, so he would be another one in that offense that I wouldn't mind starting up.
Yeah. C-Russ says he's good. He's got Chase and Jefferson. That's really good. Some guy drafted Drake May #1 overall in this league. What the mess is that? Who does that?
Hey,
Drake
that's
May?
Darren Waller #1 overall. You know.
Darren Waller, that first round pick.
Yeah, boy.
Oh damn, he almost had another touchdown to a tight end. Boy, freaking
they've got
Terrence Ferguson's looking good.
He's got all 4 strings out there playing of tight ends. He had Parkinson playing good. He had Higbee out there catching passes, Ferguson out there catching passes, and Davis Allen. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, he's got them all, man. I mean, Devontae Adams, I haven't even looked at his targets, but I feel like every time I look up, it's another target for Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Like, that's the heck was – oh, okay. I was going to say, what did they do just now? But he's fine. All right, so we already know that Puka's out, which did make a difference for the Rams, obviously. So if you listened to us, you went and fired up Devontae Adams, or you traded for him because, I mean, look, man, that's just you listen to us and we help you out. So anyway, 49ers, we got Brock Purdy and Ricky P. They are done. Devontae Adams with another touchdown.
Let's go. Matt Stafford with like 6 fucking touchdowns today. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Go pat yourself on the back there, Snipes, man. Like we told the people. Go get Devontae Adams. So I'm glad it worked out for you if you listened and you took that advice. If you didn't, man, keep coming back. You know what? We give good advice every week, so come get you a slice. But anyways,
my dynasty playing the king seat this week, and I have Matt Stafford started. And I was like, oh boy, like I'm gonna have to have a hell of a game this week for me to beat this guy out. He's 6-0 right now. Yeah, he's just got an absolute juggernaut team, and it's looking like it might be possible right now with Matt Stafford probably dropping a 50 burger on him today.
Yeah, just the 5 touchdowns alone, man. That's awesome. God, the Jags started strong, but man, they are falling apart the past couple of games. All right, so 49ers. We talked about we're getting we're getting George Kittle back. Excuse me, we're getting George Kittle back. All right. But still no Brock Purdy. But Mac Jones has seemed serviceable.
Yeah.
So they kind of look like the same player, honestly. Like, because Brock Purdy doesn't do anything special. I mean, he's not really like taking over a game. And what's that?
They're the same type of archetype.
Yeah.
They're like Spider-Man meme. Both of you guys are the same dude.
Yeah. I think Brock Purdy can move a little better than Mac Jones, but as far as like throwing the ball, they look the same, dude.
And I think that is kind of the thing for Kyle Shanahan is that, he predicates off of these types of guys. And, I think that he does very well at having a guy that is fairly competent in, completion percentage and that type of stuff. Like, I think he does a very well job of making a game manager play a good game. And that's just kind of his offense and how it's ran. And it's not really too hard when you've got the best running back in the nation playing there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like his offense is centered around the quarterback being a star.
Yeah.
Which is good. So if you're a quarterback, you're going to go play in Kyle Shanahan's system. Like, you're going to succeed because you're going to have playmakers around you. You're not going to have to be the Tom Brady of your team, to say that. But so Brock Purdy's out. We talked about Ricky Pearsall being out, and man, we still don't know what's going on with Brandon Ayuk. Man, that's kind of a dumpster fire after all the crap he was talking about in the offseason about wanting to get paid, this and that, and like you're not even on the field. And so we got the Bucks. We talked about Mike Evans being a true game time decision, whatever crap. Chris Godwin's gone. He's out for the week. Bucky Irving's out for the week. So you're firing up your Rashad White. And Emeka Egbuka could play? Question mark.
I wouldn't
But
risk. I wouldn't risk it for the rest of your season.
no.
Oh, like that seems stupidity. Like I would think that you'd probably push Mike Evans to play and sit Ibuka, just so that like Mike Evans is at the end of his career. If he misses the rest of the season, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be
Mike
missing.
Evans is like on his last leg anyway. So if this is his last season and you just like milk that cow for all the milk, like
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you're not
fine.
hurting anything because you just drafted the future in Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, like don't put your future out on the field. I think he sits, but you never know. I mean, the kid's smart. He is very in tune with himself as far as Ibuka goes. Like the kid is inside and outside, like a student of the game. And I mean, nobody knows himself better than him. But like at the same time, I would not, as a general manager and a coach, nah. Hey, buddy, you're gonna sit this one out. Let yourself rest. We'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not pushing that either. Especially because you got to think like the Bucks are doing well, so they're probably gonna make the playoffs, and they're gonna need these healthy young guys to give them that playoff push. If you want to go deep in the playoffs, you're gonna have this because the way the Rams are playing, like the NFC is looking pretty good. So
Yeah.
they're gonna need these kids healthy. But looking at, I saw C. Russ said Tyler Warren has been an awesome pickup for me. By the way, so if you went and got him on waivers, bro, you're looking really good. I grabbed him late. I went tight end late on my drafts because the league just loaded with tight ends this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and got Dallas's Jake Ferguson in some leagues. I got Tyler Warren in some leagues just because I believed in the athleticism of Tyler Warren. Like I didn't really think that the team was going to be that good, as good as we've seen out of the Colts, but I knew how versatile he was. I'm like, there's no possible way that they're not going to use this kid. But I took him only in one league. I took him as my tight end one. Every other one I took him as a backup tight end because that was my strategy going in this year was take tight ends late because I wanted to feature other positions. I've noticed I've been going running backs a lot later. Not so much zero RB, but I've been going more wide receiver heavy early in the past like recent 4 or 5 years. But it also depends like what your starting lineup got to look like. Like if you got to start like 3 receivers, yeah, go wide receiver heavy, man.
Now, Superflex, I might get a little weird.
How
Superflex
so?
might drop 2 fucking QBs right off rip on you.
Well, Superflex, yeah.
Because like I've been in some leagues where they're like, "Oh, let me get the CeeDee Lamb and then you let me get like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow." Like you're signing up for a death note. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be good for you. And then
Well, not
when
this
Joe
year.
Burrow goes out, yeah, you get Joe Burrow go out, and then you let me pick up Jackson Dart in the waivers. Like, what are we doing, guys? Get it together. Get it together.
Yeah.
And then you let me have Rashid Rice sit for 6 weeks, and then come back, and we're ready to go, making that playoff push, baby.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
no,
yeah. That's why they got to tune in, man. Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's where we're telling you about all these waivers you got to go get, all these stashes. We always talk priority ads and stash ads. There is a difference, and we explained that to y'all on Tuesday nights. So tune in for that. Go ahead while you're here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you are aware of all that stuff and that notification bell whenever we do go live. So all right, so there's a game today that is a little questionable. Cleveland is supposed to have extremely high winds. About 25 miles per hour is what they're expecting winds in Cleveland around game time. Do what?
I said, hell yeah.
So this is going to be a running attack.
I mean,
running.
None of them QBs can throw worth of shit this year anyway, so who cares? It's going to be a running back game to begin with.
Oh yeah, I'm firing up Quinshon Judkins with authority for sure. The Rashid Rice was just sitting there just a minute ago. I literally dropped Worthy and added him while I was chatting with you guys. Hey, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what the fuck? Oof.
Rasheed Rice was on your waivers?
Hey, C-Russ, send me an invite next year. I'm trying to join your
Are you kidding me? Rasheed Rice was on your waivers, dude? That's insane.
That's wild.
He said I play with some dummies. Man, hey, I tell you what, Sierra, if you want your league to be more competitive, be more fun, then let them know about Kingmaker Sports, bro. Like they definitely need, it sounds like they need to tune in because they need some help if Rasheed Rice is on waivers,
Boy.
especially the week he's coming back.
Boy, if you weren't picking him up 3 weeks ago, what were you doing?
Look at it, undefeated so far.
Since he's the same one that has Jefferson
And Chase in the same league, in the
yeah,
same team. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to join a more competitive league next year because these guys literally have no idea. Hey, you know what, dude? Hey, if you're gonna join another league, at least turn them on to this channel here. We'd love to help them out.
hey, don't
Help the community out.
win your money, man.
I mean, yeah, if it's a money league, yeah, definitely stick
Come back
around.
or let him come back, baby. Because hey, who am I to judge? You want a shot at the title? Come get it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how I run my leagues, man. You guys want to keep running back for it? Come get it. But
Yeah, what they say, if you take a shot at the king, you better not miss.
yes, sir.
Hey, well, you know what? This is where we make kings right here. All right, let's see if there's any updates on any inactives or actives. So we left off with the Buccaneers, right? So Bucky Irving's out. So for the Texans, Christian Kirk is out. Okay, so this could be Jaden Higgins, Woody Marks kind of situation. I know Christian Kirk is their kind of slot guy. That's kind of always been his MO in the NFL. So Kyler Murray's out again. So I think this is really, really good for Marvin Harrison Jr. because Jacoby Brissett is a much better passer of the football than Kyler Murray. Chuba Hubbard lined up first with the starters during warmups.
Yes, sir.
So Chuba, I mean, it's going to be a timeshare, but it's just Chuba's backfield. They paid Chuba Hubbard. Okay, let's think about this. They paid him quality money. Okay, Rico Dowdle's got just money, but they gave Chuba some good money. Dude, imagine this backfield. Like if Rico Dowdle really, if this wasn't like a fluke, if this wasn't fool's gold, then imagine Jonathan Brooks, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle. Imagine that running game.
I've been imagining Jonathan Brooks for 2 years. This dude's not going to play. I'm tired of even fucking thinking about him. Like I heard and this dude's still getting traded in my leagues for like second round picks, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? What? And
I've
now
forgotten what his injury. What it ACLs like back to back ACLs?
Oh yeah, yeah. And you want this dude to come back and try to play, and he's like, I get it. Like he had a whole lot of hype coming out of college, looked really good, but like now he is plummeting down your depth chart. He's not seen the field ever. Like it's going to take him quite a bit of time to get back to game speed and to get back to where he can even be serviceable to this team, And like it's crazy that people still are after this dude. I'm like, I don't get it.
So that's that sounds like somebody else that had issues like this coming out of college. Highly touted, J.K. Dobbins. That sounds exactly like J.K. Dobbins to me.
But J.K. Dobbins is also hurt 6 games a year.
Yeah. If so,
get him for 4 games that are serviceable, and then he gets hurt, and he's in and out of your lineup or in and out of the game for 2 games. Then he's hurt for the rest of the season. It's like, oh, this is great. Like my thing is like I'm not a person that's going to be betting on people that have huge injury risk, and that's just one of them. Like as much as he's a fun toy and everybody loves to watch him play and that type of stuff. Like, yeah, no, like I agree he's a good player, but like I don't have too many shares of him. unless it's best ball because I know the beast that it is. I don't want to put myself through that headache and heartache every year.
Yeah. So let's say for Dynasty, let's shift over to Dynasty real quick. If you're the Jonathan Brooks owner and you've been holding him for 2 years and you're so fed up with waiting for him to be healthy, what are you doing here? Are you holding him or are you just gonna sell for whatever you can get? And if so, like what's the minimum price? Let's say draft picks. Let's just stick to draft picks.
$5 fab, dog. Get him the fuck off my team. See ya.
Oh, damn. Oh, so you're like out, out.
Well, yeah, he's lucky he's not on the fucking waivers, man. Like the fuck? Like I ain't. You've already spent 2 taxi squad on my taxi squad. Like you can't even sit on my taxi squad anymore. You're too old, brother. Get the fuck on. I can find anybody else, and then if I need to jump back into him, I'll jump back into him into the waiver wire. But like, my thing is like it's just not somebody that I want to.
Yeah, because if you got a taxi situation where it's like 1 year or 2 years, like that's it. Like he can't be on taxi anymore. So now you got the dilemma. Is like, man, is he going to take up a roster spot?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's good if you have IR, but still, it's like at the end of the season that still counts against your roster. So if you picked up somebody on waivers who worked out, like Rico Dowdle, you're like, man, I don't want to drop Rico Dowdle, but like to bring Jonathan Brooks back to my active roster.
I would rather have an empty bench spot so I can pick up whoever the fuck I want on waivers than to have him sitting there.
Oh, damn. Okay, so you're saying to you, Jonathan Brooks is worth nothing right now.
I mean, like, if I had him and, like, I was desperate and I was trying to get him off my bench, like, I would easily take a third, $5 fab, anything to get him off my roster.
Okay.
Not in the business of sitting here and waiting for fucking 3 years for you to get your shit together. What have you done for me now? What have you done for me lately? And he's done
I feel that.
Nothing. You know,
I feel that, man.
I think a lot of it is I've gotten to the point now that I play Dynasty a lot like a redraft season long. You know, I go in there, I scout trades of people that are, you know, not as they're a nice floor play that I know what I'm getting out of these guys. And I play a year-to-year game. And I know that if I want to buy into a player, I can trade into him at any time. Yeah. You know, it's not the end-all, be-all. So that's where, like, I think a lot of people get into these ruts of, like, man, I have all these players that are sitting and, like, I don't know what I should do with them. Like, it just causes convolution. And then, like, when you do have injuries, now you're stuck with bench spots that you can't even use. You know what I'm saying? With players that you can't even use.
I think for Jonathan Brooks, I mean, I'd go out and give like a third for him right now, because that's
Rice. See, Russ.
Should I wait a week to start Rice and keep Pickens, or go ahead and hit the gas on Rice? I mean, go ahead and hit the gas on Rice, bro. Like, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Hey, I'm gonna be real sad.
Like, yeah, we're believing in Rice today. I think there's a point to prove. I think that the Chiefs want to make a statement and say, look, don't believe into the slow start that we had. Like, we're still the dominant Chiefs.
Like, everybody saw what he did in preseason. So, like, I don't know why everybody's like, oh, well, you know, is he going to be good? No, he's going to be good. It's just coming up with the speed of, like, you know, he has been, but it's not like he was injured. He's been back from injury and he's been practicing on his own. So it's not like he was kind of couch dwelling.
Yeah, he's fine. Go ahead and start you Rashee Rice. You're not going to be disappointed. We believe that for sure. So let's move on to, we already talked about CeeDee Lamb. He's playing. Chuba Hubbard, we just got reports that he's lining up with the first team. So Marvin Harrison, he's good to go. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's good to go. And he's got Jacoby Brissett. So I'm really liking Marvin Harrison this week. Another one that people like is Jalen Coker, man. Go ahead and fire up your Jalen Coker. He's looking healthy. He's ready to run.
I think he's going to be a nice nice break in the coverage for T-Mac. I think going to get a little bit more freedom to do what he will there. So I'm excited about Coker coming back. They've desperately been needing a number 2 wide receiver out there after they traded away Adam Thielen for whatever reason. But yeah,
who was consistent even in Carolina. So
yeah,
I mean, whatever.
I mean, hey, I'm
He
not.
went back home to the Vikings, so we'll see how that goes. But so the Raiders, Brock Bowers out. Go ahead and fire up your Michael Mayer. Jacoby Myers out. Go ahead and fire up your Trey Harris or your Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker.
Yep.
So
Devontae Foreman or no Devontae Thornton Jr. Get him.
Oh man, I want to see him do good, man. I'd still like to get some shares of him if I can throw a third at that in Dynasty.
Yeah.
Just because I think like his athletic ability is something to buy into for sure.
I need a big game out of Ashton Jenney this week.
Let's see here. All right, so let's pull up. We got 8 minutes. Let's go game by game. Who we got a little time. We can go ahead and skip the skip the embarrassment that has been the Jaguars and the Rams. The Rams just they stole all their lunch money and then ate their food in front of them.
You know how close they are from being undefeated right now? Like a blocked field goal and some bullshit, dog.
Who, the Rams?
Yeah. A blocked bullshit.
Yeah, but bro, the Colts almost had your number too. That was a good game. Like I honestly, like even though the Colts lost that game, I don't think that they should have took it as a loss because like they played really good. Like that kind of showed me like, yeah, that was your first test of the season, but that showed me like, damn, the Colts are legit. Like they went toe to toe with the Rams. Like on a day that Puka Nacua had a lights out game. So if you're a Colts fan like myself, you're pretty happy with how your season's been going, even though your defense has just been injured, which is gonna catch up. It always does. Like in the playoffs, it's gonna hurt you. But anyway, so let's start with our noon games. All right, we got Saints Bears. Give me one player from each team. Who's going off? Who should be our start with authority from each team?
Rome and Olave.
Damn. All right, you got me on that one. That's a good one. So it's supposed to rain, so I'm gonna go with DeAndre Swift on this one. And for the Saints, I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara. So when it's rainy or like really really windy, I think it's gonna be more of a run game because neither one of these defenses are good by any stretch of the imagination. Both of these defenses are but nasty.
Yeah.
So that's who we got on that game. All right. So let's move on to Dolphins Browns. Now keep in mind this is the high wind game. A lot of wind here.
And Achan and word off.
That's it. Yeah, Judkins Achan. And I think Achan is going to catch a lot of balls because the Browns defense is really good. They're going to be getting at Tua. But these are 2 1-5 teams. So this isn't a game that anybody's like really interested in. So that's why I think both running backs here. I'm with you, Slayton. I think both running backs are just going to eat and eat today. So Patriots Titans. Let me ask you a question real quick. Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson. I feel like we've seen this before with the Patriots. It's like if you don't know who to start, then you don't start any of them.
Exactly. And that's why I was out on both of these guys to begin with, because I knew it was going to be a 50-50 split, and it was going to be pulling hairs of what it was going to be. So that I'm not incredibly interested in that run offense to begin with, just because he's a defensive-minded coach to begin with out there. It's not a – and it's Josh McDaniels. I hate Josh McDaniels. I think he's the scum of the earth, just like Shane Waldron. But that's – nor here nor there. I do think that Drake May has a big game today. I'm excited to see what he does there. And then on the other side of the ball, shoot, maybe AO Manor. They're going to have to throw the ball. They're going to be down. So, like, I think AO Manor is going to be their only option there to try to get some move. So,
he's the only pass catcher in Tennessee that I'm even interested in. Gunnar Helm, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be against Gunnar Helm.
Ugly game.
Yeah, this is not anything that you're going to be too excited about at all. So look, for the Patriots, this sucks because what Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels are both products of the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Bill Belichick was the worst one about RBBC, worst one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. So for Patriots, I think both running backs are gonna do well because they're gonna be up by a lot. But still, it's like, man, which one? Look, I'm gonna put my faith that they're gonna figure out Travion Henderson, but don't hold me to that. So as far as Titans go, AO Manor, Gunnar Helm. That's all I got. I don't know. That's a tough one, dude. So Raiders Chiefs. So we talked about it. No Brock Bowers. No Jacoby Myers.
Genty and Rice.
Yeah.
Fire up
Genty and Rice.
Pat in a heartbeat because I think this is going to be kind of a high-scoring game. For some reason, every time they play the Raiders, it goes haywire and like everything goes out the window. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Hopefully, Gino.
I mean, full slate on the Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs are going to have Hollywood Brown. They got Xavier Worthy. Now they got Rashee Rice back. You got Travis Kelce, who pretty much hasn't been much like this season, but he's been serviceable for you in fantasy. But yeah, the Chiefs should definitely, for sure, come out there and eat against the Raiders. This shouldn't even be close. Genty's their only like true offensive weapon for the Raiders. So, looking at our next game, we got Eagles Vikings. All right, Eagles. I mean, AJ Brown's not happy with the Eagles, man. So it's going to be one of those situations where the Eagles are still going to lean on Saquon Barkley. Devonta Adams. Devonta Smith seems to be the pass catcher on the team that's getting the most love. I don't know what this looks like for eight.
I'd rather have Goddard playing today, and that's it.
They've been finding weird ways to get him touchdowns, too.
Goddard's been fucking smoking hot the last 3 weeks. Like, he's been solid. He's been kind of their tried and true over the middle type of guy, and I think him and Saquon have a bigger day today. But I don't know, dude. That offense there looks really questionable.
Yeah.
Like it's looked real scary, and I don't know why things aren't meshing. If there's problems in the locker room or what is coming ahead, but it's not looking good.
No, it's looking pretty skeptical right now. Let's fast forward our Monday night games. We got about a minute left. Our Monday night games: Texans, Seahawks.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think he's matchup proof at this point.
Yeah, he's looking really good. And Sam Darnold wasn't a fluke in Minnesota. I mean, he's found his groove, man.
Nico Collins.
There you go. Bucks, Lions.
Baker. I'd fire Baker up and Gibbs, Montgomery, your entire offense, and the Lions there. I would be taking their entire offense to play today.
Yeah, I don't know how you can not want to fire up all your Lions. I mean, I think all the players on these teams are going to eat, man.
Large game as far as points goes, but how they get there, I have no idea.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. All right, so that's our game day morning, Kingmaker Sports game day morning. Before you get out of here, check out our partners at W Energy. Get you some clean energy. Use code Kingmaker for 10% off every order, no matter how big the order. Just go do it. and you'll thank us later. For myself, Big Snipes over here, we will see you Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time as always. Snipes, let them know where they can find you at, buddy.
Hey, you can find me right here on YouTube with Snipes by Slayton, and on Instagram, Snipes by Slayton as well. And you can find me on Underdog, giving over on an interception and a half for Geno Smith today. So go get your money.
Hey, I tell you what, Snipes been killing it on the money lines and all. He's been killing it, man. He's loving Geno.
I'm gonna have to buy his jersey this year.
Yeah, with all that money he's been making you.
But
yeah, all right. Well, from everybody here at Kingmaker Sports, we thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on Tuesday, and let's go be fantasy royalty, everybody. Let's go get them. See you.
Hey.